Hey everybody, it's Kristie with AG Takes Over. I hope you are thoroughly enjoying Fashion Week. I have been having an absolute blast. So today is day 5, and I'm just going to pause right here and show you the spin and who ended up picked for day 5, and I cannot wait to show you. All right, pausing. Lady Gaga. So, Lady Gaga. Um, If you, in the comments, if you had to pick like the most iconic, what will people remember Lady Gaga for? Like one outfit that will stick out in your mind. Tell me what it is in the comments. Did you type the meat dress? Like not MEET like American Girl, but like the meat MEAT dress? Because that's what I made. Yeah, I have been a vegetarian since I was 12. I'm 46. I don't know, do the math. Like a lot of decades, I have been a vegetarian. And I was cracking up while making this. Like, first of all, that meat outfit is absolutely disgusting. I'm going to put pictures up here. Like, utterly turns my stomach. I don't understand it as a choice. It was apparently in some museum and now it's in Las Vegas. I have no desire to see her jerky dress in person. Like, gross. Um, it's like, what if I make that with bacon? Why not? Like vegetarian bacon. Why not? And I did, and it looks amazing. And she's right over there, and I cannot freaking wait to show you. So, the how-tos. My plan was, I'm just gonna like layer bacon. That's what we call it. It's like Morningstar Farms vegetarian bacon. I'm just gonna layer it like all around the doll. The problem is it's like food and you don't want it on your doll's cloth body. So I have an Our Generation doll named Erin. I'll put her picture up here. Who has like all hard plastic body. And I was like, oh, I guess I could use that. And then just put an American Girl doll head on her. And then it's still like an AG Fashion Week appropriate. And then we also have this doll, Ginny, that I sometimes affectionately refer to as Ginny Pig because all the experiments happen on her. And I was like, you know what? Maybe Ginny. I don't know. Maybe Erin. And then I went down. I was like, I could also like maybe I could try felt as a base. Like if I could make kind of a body suit, just like a front and back kind of leotard, whip stitch it together. I'm not a seamstress. And um and then I could put the bacon on top of it. Sorry, it's so absurd. And then I could put the bacon on top of it. Maybe that would work. And so I came downstairs and we have like way too many craft supplies down in the basement. And I was like, oh, you know what? I didn't realize, but my wife has a couple sheets of sticky back felt. And one of them was just like a light beige color, like almost white, but beige. I was like, I could just put that directly on if I use Jenny's body. Like, it's not going to hurt anything when I take it off. Like, I could just, set her on a piece of paper and trace her body roughly. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's a meat dress. And then I can cut out the sticky back felt and put it on the front and the back. And then I can like layer the fake and bacon on top of it. So I cut out the front and the back and I kind of, okay, well, that's going to work. You know what? Maybe I should at least like color it a little bit, kind of reds and, whatever, leave some of the beige showing through because that's the fat or the gristle or whatever. And maybe I could just like, that could be more of a base. That way, if any of the felt is showing through the fake and bacon, then it will at least kind of blend in together. And then I was like, actually, as I'm sitting here coloring it or watching a movie and I just have my piece of paper out and my, doll-shaped outline on sticky back felt and I'm coloring bacon on it. By the way, I did go on Etsy and I'm going to put this pattern up here. There's like I just looked up meat fabric, MEAT fabric, and this thing came up on Etsy and I was like, really? I mean, I could buy it, and I was really tempted because I have a gift card and so technically I wouldn't be spending any money. But the whole point was I didn't want to buy anything for any of the outfits that I made this week. So I was like, no, it would be hilarious, but also No, I'm going to stick to my guns. All right. Not buying anything. So then I started coloring on the felt and I was like, this doesn't look bad. And then I sent it to some friends of mine. Like, hey, here's a sneak peek at what I'm doing for AG Fashion Week. And they're not even doll collectors. And they were like, you are so creative. I freaking love this. I've been sending them sneak peeks of everything. So I was like, all right, well, I think I got to a good stopping point. And then the next night, I was like, the boots, because they're also just like meat platform shoes with like string wrapped around, like how I guess butchers like tie meat. I don't know. What do I know about meat? Um, so I went down and I got some different felt. It was a much darker color. And I was like, these don't really go together. So I got some plain felt and cut a few squares and triangles and little shapes and put it on top of the darker felt and then tied that all. And then I was like, all right, well, that kind of ties the upper part in with the feet, but now I need to get that feet color in with the bodysuit. So again, like a darker burgundy color. And I just cut some strips and put Elmer's glue on, like a glue stick, and stuck some stuff on there. And then I'm off work today, so I was like, oh, oh, and last night I made the like little head slab of meat that she wears on top of her hair. And then today, what did I do? I looked through our costume jewelry. She was wearing like, the juxtaposition of like wearing literally, like something that you picked up at the butcher and all of this diamond jewelry. She's got like diamond necklace and bracelets and stuff. And I was like, we don't really have any doll size jewelry like that. So I found 2 of those rings that are like stretchy all around here and then have like big costume stuff. So I made bracelets I just put them on the doll's hands as bracelets and hoped that the elastic would stretch enough. It did. And then I couldn't find a good bracelet of ours to use as a necklace. There was one that would like be flexible and go right around, but the pieces of it were too big to fit like here. And then I found one that was smaller and that was good, except for it's a bangle, so it's like sticks out a little bit. Meh, whatever. And I didn't want to use Jenny. Like I wanted to use her body, but not her head, because I had a blonde wig and I wanted to make it at least kind of like this. We have a blonde banged wig that is pretty good otherwise. So I got Alice's head. Alice is a custom Joss mold with Marie Grace eyes and no glued down wig. So I got her head and then put this other wig on it, the like platinum blonde wig, and then I put the meat yarmulke, I don't know, on her head and the jewelry on. And then I was like, all right, well, I should do at least some of the fake and bacon because that was my original plan, but it's a very different color. And so I was going to like drape some here, and I did take a few pictures with it like that, but then I was like, it really clashes. So what I did was just use a few strips of it as kind of like the ligaments or whatever meaty things that are hanging down that are like her skirt. Uh, I don't know what else to say about this. It's crazy. Oh, fishnets. So theme of the week has been on when I am actually creating an outfit, like creating it kind of on the doll, like making it while the doll's already wearing the pieces, like building it up. I did this with Chapel Roan, and I also did it with this doll, like well into it. And then I'm like, crap, she's wearing fishnets underneath, and I totally forgot to put the fishnets on, and we have them. So I went up and I got them, and I wanted to like pull them all the way up here so that they would be more stretched out, because her fishnets are not like super dark looking and obvious. But I had already stuck down the felt, so I just pulled it up a little bit, like up to the waist. And I wish that, hindsight 2020, I wish I would have put it all the way on first and then put the sticky backed felt on. But whatever, it looks great. And I don't know if you saw one of my recent videos. We recently got Covey's stage, like stage set from somebody on Marketplace, on Facebook Marketplace. And so I have her like in front of the stage over there. And it's just, the hardest part in getting the pictures was that this part is just like a, you know, a kind of random shape of felt. And I can't get it to like, because it doesn't have the weight that a slab of meat has. So I can't get it to like lay flat down on her head. So in pictures, I was like trying to get it where it's not like looking like just a piece of paper sitting on her head, or like a napkin where it's kind of like up. I wanted it to look like this. Yeah. I will get her in just a second, but I just want to say, like, I am so enjoying AG Fashion Week. And just a reminder for anybody watching this, if you haven't caught all 5 of my videos, every week I dressed a doll inspired by a celebrity's iconic look. So I did, maybe not in this order, but Billie Eilish, Billy Porter, Amy Winehouse, Chappell Roan, and Lady Gaga. And last year was the first year that I hosted this event, and I did my 1 item 10 look series for every single day of the week. So that was like 50 outfits in 1 week's worth of videos, which was a lot. And I decided like fewer outfits, but really go creative and try to nail some celebrities' iconic looks. So just a very different take. But I am creating a playlist for each year's AG Fashion Week. And if you go to my channel and you click on the playlists, or if you just type in AG Fashion Week, I will be looking for anybody who's used AG Fashion Week for this year's video, and I'll be adding those to that playlist. And if you missed any of them from last year, there's a whole long playlist of great videos. Some people chose to focus on like, here's a certain doll's collection and everything in their wardrobe for their fashion focus. Some people made things for their dolls. But yeah, please go check out last year's playlist and this year's playlist, and go check out any of mine from this week if you've missed them. And now I'm going to pause and go over and get Alice, who is channeling Lady Gaga in a disgusting but nailed it meat dress. Here she What is wrong with me? Okay, here she is. See what I mean? It's not like wanting to stay down, but there's her little meat hat and her bangle necklace, her crazy jewelry, and the strips of fake and bacon, along with my felt bacon, her fishnets, and her meat shoes. There's Lady Gaga in her meat dress. All right, I'm going to put up some pictures because I had a lot of fun with a photo shoot just now. And please leave whatever you want to in the comments that's nice. And I hope you're having a wonderful day. Tell me any of the nice things that you want to say about AG Fashion Week. Go ahead and look over on Instagram for the hashtag over there because there's plenty of participation there as well. All right, take care. Have such a wonderful day.